Humble Prince, you're watching Sunday Sadhana, your ultimate Hindu magazine program on SABC2. This week, we welcome the vibrant spring season in South Africa, so prepare to be spiritually refreshed, inspired, and rejuvenated. Today, we look at the Hanuman Chalisa and its tremendous latent power to heal and protect with Preetesh Singh. And this is followed by an auspicious Shiva Lingam installation by devotees of the Arul Jnana Ayakam in Northdene, Durban. For the Singhs, bringing a child into the world meant rejoicing. But when unstable health plagued the newborn and medical assistance proved unsuccessful, spiritual searching led them to discover the greatness of the Hanuman Chalisa. Written by Saint Tulsidas, the Chalisa is a devotional song based on Hanumanji as the model devotee and ultimate symbol of courage. Today, we meet an ardent believer in the Chalisa, Preetesh Singh, who has religiously repeated the glory of these 40 verses ever since unlocking its power many years ago.
I've been doing Chalisa and bhajans from a very, very young age. But the Chalisa itself became very, very special from a few years back. That's when my daughter was a few months old, and she was very, very ill from the time she was born, actually. And we tried the various specialists and the various doctors, etc. And she's been for every test, medical test in the book, and eventually the consensus was that she's one of a very small percentage of children who would live with very high temperatures up until they're 5 or 6 years old, and then it'll phase off. But I spoke to one of the Panditjis, and he suggested, do Hanuman Chalisa every morning.
And that's when we embarked on chanting the Chalisa. It was only after we started with the Chalisa that we found a difference.
We found that after 7 days, there was a marked improvement. Actually, she went from very, very bad to almost normal. I attribute it to the power of the Hanuman Chalisa.
From that day forth, we feel totally blessed and protected by Hanumanji.
If you have faith in something, you can conquer anything.
Preetesh's life basically encompasses worshipping Hanumanji, and we've seen the benefits from that, and you can never go wrong in worshipping Hanumanji.
Every single morning, no matter where I am, even if I'm not at home, even if I'm camping on the beach, I do Hanuman Chalisa before I start my day. The 40 verses that the Hanuman Chalisa comprises of is really glorifying Shri Hanumanji. It's describing how powerful he was. It describes the deeds that he performed. लाए संजीवन लखन जी आए श्री रघुबीर हर्ष उर लाए. So this line is describing Hanumanji going out to get the Sanjeevani herbs and flies in with the whole mountain. And this is what ultimately saves the life of Lakshmanji. Hanumanji's role, he came on this earth as the 11th incarnation of Shiva, and his role was to serve as a devotee of Lord Ram and to show us what an ideal devotee should be. What we should note from Sri Hanumanji is that although he was so powerful, inconquerable actually, but he was still humble to all. It's not just the recital, but it's a recital with faith. Faith is having a relationship with God. And you can accomplish almost anything with recital of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa.
From the time that we started chanting the Hanuman Chalisa with the blessing of the Divine Being and the blessing of our parents, our life has been very content and fulfilled. You have Hanumanji in your life, and that's the route forward.
We should know better that God doesn't reside in a mandir or a church or a mosque. God resides within each one of us. And when you know that, then you know wherever you are, God is there.
The cosmic energy of the universe is represented by the sacred Shiva Lingam, a stone depicting the formless divine whilst having a form. For the Arul Jnana Ayakum, several years have passed with devotees worshipping a wooden lingam. This was recently replaced by specially carved lingam flown in from India for the temple. Sunday Sadhana attended the installation ceremony to learn about the significance and supremacy of the extraordinary symbol of Shiva.
The Arul Jnana Ayakam was established in the year 2001 by the late Guru Revanananda. Today we are conducting a Tirumurugam consecration prayer of our Shiva Lingam. This Shiva Lingam was commissioned from India and was brought down here 4 months ago. The devotees felt that there was a need to actually renovate the place, which needed urgent attention. And we conducted major renovations to the temple premises. And by doing so, they at one stage decided that we need to actually have a Shiva Lingam erected on our altar sanctum.
We commissioned persons from Mahabalipuram to make the Shiva Lingam specifically for our temple. And the granite came from the river bed. And it came in 2 parts from India, and it weighs about 350 kgs. The Shiva Lingam has the 3 stripes, that's the pata, and it denotes the 3 forms of Lord Shiva, that is in the form of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. The members of the institution and other sister organizations have been observing a 42-day fast prior to the actual consecration prayer today. And they were coming daily to the temple, offering the prayer to the lingam, which was immersed in water. And so that's a discipline that we've had in place for the past 42 odd days. Most of our members that were fasting came in and chanted and created a vibration.
It's a big prayer for the community, because for the last 40 years we only had a stand-in lingam, which is wood and just a symbol, but today we have a proper lingam.
Swami Guru founded the Saivat movement in the year 1937, and we want to expound his works through our institution, through the length and breadth to the community.
our Guru Swami Guru has given us the Subramaniam, in that if you study it in depth, you'll understand the significance of the Lingam. It is a once-off function for any temple, because it's only once that you install an item like a Shiva Lingam.
The community has always been a big part of our temple. Every year we have various functions and prayers. The youth of the whole community always took part from various temples, that everyone every year looked forward to it.
The upliftment of spirituality has been tremendous here.
Isn't it marvelous? The symbolism, mysticism, and depth of Hinduism reminds us of the words Satyam Shivam Sundaram, which means that all that's true, all that's auspicious, and all that is beautiful is verily God. So take the time to see God in all. Until next week, Vanakkam, and keep up the sadhana.